Ever been scrolling through endless listings for a tankless water heater, only to feel a knot in your stomach when you realize most of the glossy photos hide a mountain of hidden trade-offs? You order a unit that looks sleek, you imagine endless hot showers, then you get the installer's bill and wonder if you just bought a pricey pipe cutter. That hesitation is real, and it's why today's review is all about cutting through the hype and helping you decide whether the Noritz NRC111 DVNG condensing tankless actually delivers on the promises it makes. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. First off, let's talk about the problem most homeowners face with traditional tank water heaters. You have a big metal cylinder that sits idle most of the time, constantly heating water you're not using, and then you get that dreaded no hot water moment when the tank runs out in the middle of a shower. The idea behind a tankless system is simple: heat water on demand, so you never run out. The Noritz NRC111 DV takes that concept a step further with a condensing design that claims up to 93% efficiency by extracting extra heat from the exhaust gases. In theory, that means lower gas bills and a smaller carbon footprint. But theory only matters if the unit fits your actual daily routine. The NRC111 DV is rated for 8.4 GPM, which is enough to handle 2 or 3 simultaneous fixtures. Think a shower plus a dishwasher, or 2 showers at once, provided your home's gas line can supply the required flow. If you live in a larger house with multiple bathrooms, you might still need a secondary unit or a larger capacity model. That's a practical limitation many first-time tankless buyers overlook. The 8.4 GPM headline looks impressive until you map it against your specific fixtures. Installation is another hidden cost that trips up buyers. This Noritz model is a natural gas condensing unit, so it needs a proper venting system to handle the cooler exhaust gases. Unlike non-condensing heaters that can vent straight up through a metal pipe, a condensing unit typically requires a PVC vent that runs horizontally or slightly downhill. If your house isn't already set up for that, you're looking at additional labor and possibly new venting materials. On the upside, the unit's compact footprint, about the size of a large suitcase, means it can be tucked into a utility closet, a garage corner, or even a small basement niche, freeing up space that a bulky tank would consume. Now, let's get into what actually works in everyday life. The onboard computer does a self-diagnostic sweep each time the unit fires up, which means you get a clear error code on the display if something goes wrong, something you rarely see with older tankless models that just shut off. In practice, this translates to fewer mysterious no hot water moments and faster service calls because the technician can read the code and know exactly what to fix. Homeowners who like to stay in the loop with their home systems appreciate that level of transparency. Another real-world benefit is the ultra-low activation flow rate of 0.05 GPM. That's the amount of water needed before the burner actually ignites. In simple terms, you won't notice a delay the moment you turn the faucet on. The heater kicks in almost instantly. For families with kids who demand quick showers in the morning, that instant heat feels like a small but noticeable convenience compared to older models that sometimes sputter for a few seconds. On the flip side, the NRC111 DV isn't a magic bullet for every scenario. Because it's a condensing unit, the exhaust temperature can drop to around 120 F. That's great for efficiency, but it also means you need to be mindful of condensation forming inside the vent pipe, especially in colder climates. If the vent isn't sloped correctly or the pipe material isn't suitable, you could end up with water pooling where it shouldn't, which can eventually lead to corrosion or mold. So the installer's expertise really matters here. Don't skimp on a qualified professional who knows how to handle condensing vents. Another practical weakness some users discover after the first winter is the gas demand. The NRC111 DV's 199/900 BTU rating is solid, but during very cold snaps the unit can reach its maximum output and still struggle to keep a large home's water temperature steady, especially if you're pulling hot water from a distant point of use. In those edge cases, you might notice the shower temperature dip a few degrees, which isn't dangerous but can be annoying. A small recirculation pump can smooth that out, but that adds another component and another line in the budget. Who should consider this Noritz unit? If you're a homeowner with a modest-size family, a single-story layout, and a gas line that can comfortably feed a 199,000 BTU appliance, you're a strong candidate. It shines for people who want to eliminate the tank empty anxiety, lower their gas consumption, and have the confidence that any hiccup will show up as a readable code. It also makes sense for environmentally conscious buyers who value that 93% efficiency claim over